Good evening, firing squad of the Killing Wall. That's right, I'm back with another fucking briefing. It's damn good to be back, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness, let's see who's actually got the balls to show up here to their first briefing in a long time. Beth, it is so good to freaking see you. So glad to see that you actually managed to make it out. We got a new place. We got a new studio. And best of all, you got a new rank commander. Well, not new, just a little bit more evolved. I've actually gone up in freaking rank. So let's see who the hell is actually here. Because I want you guys to share this out. I want you guys to enjoy this. And you know what? Since now I'm free of the shackles of the BS, I cannot wait to start spilling some damn tea, because I know so many of you are wondering what happened. Where was the rank commander? Why is it that he suddenly stopped giving us briefings? Well, a couple of reasons behind that, and I plan to spill the tea. But also, I want you guys to check out Misfit Entertainment. That's the new freaking army I'm marching with. Because you know what? They're not here to just boost their own shit. They are here to boost all of us. They're here to entertain. They're here to inform. They are here to make sure that you get the rank commander without any regs to have to deal with it. I'm so glad that I got all of you going to be coming out tonight. I'm going to be curious to see who actually shows. If you're here, type in the fucking comments. Let me know that you're here. I know you guys can type. You guys aren't just army grunts, for frick's sakes, and if you're Marines, you're probably eating the crayons. But still, I expect to see some of you in here. Because it's been a minute. It really has. Thank you so much for the like. Whoever gave me that thumbs up, happy as hell to see it. So some of you are probably wondering why. Why is it, oh my goodness, we have got ourselves. We got ourselves a justice. How you doing, hon? I saw that your lovely broadcast today was mostly hey, letting everybody know where you're at, and you know what? It was awesome. Glad to see that you were in there. Glad to see that you're back and doing. Nix, so damn good to see you. Welcome, you new recruits. So right now, I'm seeing only a 3 in my views right now. 3 people watching. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Because I know eventually, and I do mean eventually, the troops are going to come back. Now that they know that the rank commander is back in action, I cannot wait to start dishing some of the fucking rage. Because you know what? The rage needs to be had. And I know there are a ton of you that can't wait. Sarah! So good to see you. Good evening and welcome to the fucking Killing Wall. And of course, your rank commander has got it. So, let's talk a little bit. Because you know what? Some of you are wondering where I've been. Well, let me explain to you how this shit went down. Okay? That last army that I was marching with, you want to know what? It was good for what it was, when it was. And you know what? I was happy to hell to be there. I was so ride or die for that army. Happy to take a fucking bullet for them every chance that I could. But then something happened. Let me give you guys the tea. Because the tea is tasty. It really is. And you know, there are some people that don't like it when they get their comeuppance. That's going to be the case. Some of you may know some of the principal players, some of you may not. That's fine. All right. Let's start off with a little bit, shall we? Okay. First off, as it turns out, that army didn't want me. They didn't. They never did. At least the ones that were running it didn't. They expected the rank commander to crash and burn on his second fucking briefing. If you could believe it, right? Because who the hell would listen to a guy rant and rave for over an hour about nothing, right? And yet somehow I ended up becoming one of the top performing shows daily, nightly. Some of you may realize, some of you may remember, The Killing Wall was on every night, 4 nights a week, consistently. But they expected me to fail. Okay. Okay, I can dig that. They had low expectations. Yeah, that didn't happen. So they couldn't get rid of me. They wanted to. Why? Because frankly, I rubbed people the wrong way. Plain simple. So then, then they realized that the numbers were going in, but they wanted somebody to be in the background watching. And at first, it was Defiance that was watching me. Defiance was good for what they were. Then it was this one called Eric that was watching me. And that seemed a little odd to me at first. But you know what? Okay. Okay. It's fine. At one point, Eric was fired because they were backing somebody that was violating station rules and was feeding them information. So when they got brought back, I was a bit skeptical as to what exactly was what, but that was fine. You want to know what? They want Eric to be watching me. That's fine. Eric was a writer for the freaking website for that army. Okay. And you know what? I promoted the hell out of every single aspect of that particular army. Every show that they had, every feature that they had, the beginning of every single fucking briefing, and you all know it. What was I doing? I was telling you to tune into everyone. Justice could tell you. Okay. Beth could tell you. Okay. And if anybody doubts it, all of my old episodes are still on my YouTube channel, with the exception of the month of February for some strange reason. But all my old episodes are there. But Eric was in the background doing what they could. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And I was doing my thing. But here's the funny thing about that. When I was doing my briefings, I'd always ask the ones that ran that army, my upper echelons. I'd ask them, what can I do to improve? What can I do to make this better? Because I want to be able to entertain the masses. What can I do? Oh, you're doing great. Don't worry about it, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. I had apparently carte blanche. I wasn't doing anything wrong and everybody liked it. Okay, cool. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And so I did. I kept doing what I was doing. And I was doing it well, apparently. Yeah. Turns out they had never even watched a single episode. But hey, I had a platform and I was grateful. I was. I was. But then I started to notice other things. I started to notice that every time I asked for somebody to have on the show, because they claim to have all these connections, I'd be ignored. They'd have them on their personal show, but me, no. Why would you have them on one of their top viewed shows? Why? Why would they? Kind of made one think. Why wouldn't they give me guests? Every single guest that I had ever had on my show, I had to wrangle myself. And I know that some of you think the freaking world of me, and you know what? I'm grateful as fuck for all of you. But I'm nowhere near as connected enough to be able to pull people on. Nowhere near. But I managed, and it was good. So I was grateful. But I noticed that whoever kissed the ass of the upper leadership seemed to be getting all the other talent outside. Okay. Okay. That's fine and dandy. I got no hate there. So I started to notice things here and there, things that seemed a little bit off. But then, you know what? My fears were assuaged. they had me also do a morning show. And those of you that were in part of that thing also tuned into that morning show as well. So not only was I doing a show that went on till 1:30 in the morning, I was doing another show at 10 in the morning. So roughly, you know, 8.5 hours later, I had to be up, running, and ready to do another show. Okay. Every single day. Some of you may be wondering how the fuck, especially since some of you know I have a day job that I have to go in for and commute to. So basically, I'd be waking up at 8 a.m., prepping myself for a show. Okay. And I do the show, okay, at 10 a.m. till at least 11. Bullshit for about a half hour, 45 minutes in order to be able to kind of, square that away. Then hurry up and get ready to go into work for 9 hours. Get off at about 2 to 3 minutes to 11 p.m. Rush home, set up and get myself into full blown regalia, and prep myself for the show that evening, which would air at 12:30 a.m. and run till 1:30 a.m. And then settle down for the evening, which meant I was rushing through eating dinner because I don't get breaks where I could leave where I was working. Okay. Rush through dinner, try and decompress, shower, wind down, and then try and sleep, which was usually at some point around like 4 in the morning, then have to get up again at 8. So I was functioning on 4 hours of sleep a night, okay, for 4 months. 4, okay. It was affecting my health. So when I asked to be taken off of that morning show, the higher up wasn't happy. He was so unhappy that whatever executive functions that I had with the Army itself, in other words, I was working with HR, talent relations, I was removed entirely. There was a show on Saturday night where we all got to hang out. Some of you remember that show that would happen on Saturday nights? They took me off of that one too. The only thing I was allowed to be on was my individual shows. I was completely removed. Completely. As a punishment, let's be real. As a punishment. But you know what? I got to focus on my show a little bit more. Okay, cool. I got my sleeping back. Double okay, cool. So then I did that for a grand total of 3 weeks. Then all of a sudden, I get a call. Now, what led up to this call is what is kind of jacked up. Remember how I said I had Eric watching my broadcasts, helping me air the commercials, the little breaks here and there? Okay. As it turns out, they were there to watch me. Not only were they there to watch me, they were there to watch me and report anything that I said in confidence, like concerns, reporting them right to the person that didn't like me very much. Yeah. Basically acting like a little fucking spy. I had suspicions that the ones that were in charge of that army were only interested in boosting just their show because they had their own gig outside, their own gig. And it was one that they made money on. Okay. All of us that were with the freaking station, we were all freaking volunteers. We weren't getting paid. You think I saw a single dime from anything I did? Oh, hell no. For almost 2 years, I had a show every night that I broadcasted. I dedicated my time and energy to. I didn't see a single fucking dime. Not one red penny. Not one. But I had my concerns. Because as it turns out, the ones that were running the station, they, on the other hand, and I'm taking off my shades here so that you could see the seriousness in my eyes. They were using whatever numbers they were getting from the shows to boost their own individual numbers. Okay. It was no longer the army as a whole, which is what they told us they were supposed to be doing. And it was just them. Their shows were the only ones that got any celebrity clout. Okay. Their shows were the only ones that got any guests. And it seems that every single promotional bit was focused on just them. Just them. Okay. Okay. Already, you're starting to kind of see what's fucked up, right? Because I was. And of course, me thinking Eric was my friend, I straight up made my concern known. I'm pretty damn sure you know exactly what I'm talking about there, Chris. Yeah. Okay. So, when I voiced my concerns in confidence to somebody that said they were my friend, they immediately went right to the leadership. And then I got a call 3 weeks later. Okay. No fucking clue it was coming. Okay. I didn't even have an opportunity to tell all of my viewers, hey, guess what? I'm no longer going to be with this. They've taken me off. I want to thank you all for coming on. I'll see when I can actually start broadcasting otherwise. I didn't even get an opportunity to say goodbye to any of you. They just started airing like nothing happened. Okay. And the reason that they told me at first was it's obvious that you seem to be having some misgivings about the direction that we're going with things, and we feel that maybe you're not exactly a good fit, but we want to wish you good luck in your future endeavors. They future endeavored me. Which, you know what? That's fine. Future endeavor me, that's fine. I get it. But what confused me was I never made any of my misgivings known to anybody but that one person. And that one person, as it turns out, like I said, is a fucking spy in my midst. So when I inquired the person that was the head of HR, mind you, okay, I got fed a line of bullshit. I got told 4 things were the reasons why I was taken off. I was told that I was only promoting my show. But if anybody had ever watched any of my episodes, and they're all on YouTube, every single one, they probably thought I was broadcasting only to their page. So when they removed all my fucking videos from their page, they thought, oh, it's going to be his word against ours. No, I had a fucking YouTube channel with every single damn episode broadcast. Every single one. And at the beginning of every single one, you can hear me very clearly promoting every other show with them, including theirs. So that was bullshit. They were saying that I was telling people not to share out anybody else's, just to share mine. Again, all my episodes on YouTube. Never said that once. Never. Again, they were banking on me not having my own broadcast to my own YouTube channel. Oops. Another bullshit reason. That I was complaining that I wasn't being paid. Now, that is something interesting. When I first got brought on, I got brought on saying within the first 6 months of being there, we would start getting sponsorships when we hit a certain follower count. Okay? We're going to have these deals, and guess what? We're going to start paying. Just stick with us. Year and a half later, All the money that was going, it was going to them. Not to any of us, just to them. Hmm. So I was legitimately expressing concerns. I'm like, are they ever going to pick up on a sponsorship that would get us to make this an actual gig? Or is this always going to be volunteer? If it is, I'd like to know so that my expectations aren't too high. But no, we kept on getting fed the bullshit. But I voiced my concerns, and that was it. Are we ever going to be getting paid to do this? Because that would be nice. If we're only going to be doing conventions for entertainment venues, okay, cool. Because you want to know what? We can make sales with merch with that. But no, that wasn't what was happening. That wasn't what was happening at all. Okay. So, what was the fourth reason? The fourth reason, as it turns out, was accurate. That I was accusing the two people that ran the station of only using the station to boost their personal shows. As it turns out, I was right. Funny that. I was right. Now, some of you may say this is all speculation and what have you. Yeah, it would be. But I'm going to get to that in a second because here's where the tea gets really spilled. So they decided to let me go about a month and a half before a big convention was going to be happening. And it was going to be the first time we were all going to be together as a group, as entertainers. And it was with an event promoter that I'd known for the better part of a decade. And on several occasions, I'd meet with this person, just to have dinner and bullshit. Okay. But as it turns out, every single time I would, and I'd ask the station runners, is there anything you want me to bring up to him while I'm there? Because I've got his ear and maybe something could be pushed or moved. They would refuse to let me even say anything about it. Okay, cool. It's not my place. No problem. Just figure take advantage of the situation because I'm actually here where he lives. But no, they didn't want me anywhere near it. Okay. Okay, cool. So, guess what? I didn't mind that. And the moment that I got let go, I got him on the phone to let him know, hey, guess what? They gave me the axe, but I know that I've got a couple of panels with you guys. I'm still going to do them. I'm not pulling out of the convention entirely. I'll still do them, because I got you on the hook there. I'm not going to leave you with holes in your schedule just because of this. And he was appreciative of that, which is good because he knew that I apparently am a convention draw. Yay. Well, 2 days later, okay, mind you, I was on the phone with him 10 minutes after I got the axe to let him know and put him at ease. 2 days later, apparently somebody on his staff gets a call from one of the station runners. Okay. Now, mind you, I was given the reasons I was given as to why I got let go. This is what they said I did. They said that I sexually assaulted their 16-year-old niece, that lives all the way in Nebraska with them. Meanwhile, I live in Jersey and had not left the state since the day I met them. And I got the pay stubs to prove it. So they threw that out there. Then they said that I had had 2 sexual assault allegations that were covered up by the Air Force. It's not the way the military works. They don't cover up shit like that. They throw the book at you. That's 2. 3, they said I had 2 sexual assault convictions. Yeah, again, take a look at my fucking criminal record. I know that some of you have the ability to look up somebody's fucking record. Look up mine. Never been convicted of anything, never been accused of anything, never was investigated for anything of that nature. Ever. Ever. Closest thing I ever got pulled into court for was a suspended driver's license, and that got resolved. And that happened after all this shit. So you had that. And then they said I was under investigation for doing things with people under the age of 18, which there isn't, and there wasn't. So they threw all of this at the convention runner. So I have to wonder where they came up with all of this. And then I thought about it for a second. And I want you all watching to think about this for a second. Who would think to make something up like that? And why would it work? It's not like we live in a society where people immediately presume an accusation is 100% real before actually doing any digging, right? It's not like we just dealt with something recently where somebody threw down an accusation and people immediately believed the victim before actually doing any fact checking, right? Oh, wait, that's right. So they were banking on that being the case, that they would not actually do any investigation out of fear that it would bring things up and that it might actually scare me off. And it made no sense to me as to why they would do that. What would I have fucking done to make them do that? Well, they knew that I have a background in lifestyle culture. And by lifestyle culture, I mean the fun stuff that happens where a dungeon master isn't just a guy sitting behind a cardboard screen reading a freaking dungeon manual. They knew I was into that. And they knew I was well known in those communities. So they figured, you want to know what? People will look at him and not question it. People will look at him and not investigate. Plus, the accusation is so out there, who would make that up? Right? But the convention runner, upon hearing this, immediately snapped to action. Because they didn't count on the fact that, one, this guy's known me for that long. And it's so uncharacteristic of me, it's not even funny. But two, and this is the big one, he had once been accused of bullshit. Falsely. And didn't want to see somebody else go through what he went through. They were banking on fear, not realizing somebody was actually going to fact check. And so he did. And it was found out it was all fabricated. They wanted me banned from that convention because they thought I would do something. You know what's funny? I didn't. I didn't do a goddamn thing at the convention. I went there. They threatened to pull out. They had shit at the convention that they were supposed to do. The convention runner had run everything around their appearance. It was supposed to be a big fucking sponsorship. It was supposed to be a big fucking thing that they were there. Turns out, yeah, they tried to threaten to pull out. They didn't. Despite the fact that I was still going to be there. And me, I flat out promised I wasn't going to confront anybody. I wasn't going to say shit to them. I was going to pretend like they weren't even there. And I did. But they sure as fuck didn't like the fact that I was there. Oh, no. But, you know, it's even more kind of telling. Because apparently, the niece that I supposedly sexually assaulted, they brought to the convention. Kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit like, are you fucking kidding me? The person that you accused of doing things and was insistent that they did it, you actually bring into the same physical space as the person that did something, supposedly. Kind of makes you think if it ever actually happened. So they brought them, okay? Then proceeded throughout the convention to try and minimize my existence there. And by minimize my existence, I mean this. Friend of mine was a vendor in the main vendor room. I helped them set up. And on occasion, I'd help them. I'd man their register when they stepped away. They didn't like that I was in there. So then they ran to the convention runner and actually said, he's harassing us because he's there. It's triggering us. Okay, fine. I just won't be in the vendor's room. You just made me have to make a friend of mine work harder. That's fine. Then I was helping run a couple of other little events there that I wasn't on the docket to help with, but I always help out a convention when I'm there because I don't feel like I've earned a position somewhere unless I contribute in some way outside of just my performance. And they had something to say every chance they fucking got. Every chance. Okay? Now, convention happens, convention's over. We all go home. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? Nope. A month later, I announced that, and some of you saw on my page, I announced that I was getting an itch to rant about something. And I was. They sent a bogus cease and desist letter saying that I wasn't allowed to talk about it. Really? No. No. Total and absolute bullshit. No. They sent a bogus cease and desist letter to stop me from talking about it. Fuck that shit. They tried to scare me. Wasn't gonna work. Because you all deserve the truth. Okay? And you think that would be the end of it, right? All these people coming off with a lie and walking away scot-free with their lie, to the point where I got so depressed, I'm not gonna lie, firing squad, I thought about eating a bullet. I thought about stepping out into traffic. Not gonna lie. Because being here and talking with you folks was really what it was that got me to want to be here for you. No, no, that wasn't what they wanted. They wanted me gone. Wasn't gonna happen. But about, I want to say the following January or December, okay, was when things got interesting. Now, what's more fucked up is this: the last day of the convention, when they were all there and I was there, I'm outside having a fucking cigarette, and the spy comes up, and I don't even fucking acknowledge them, and says, "I'm really sorry for what I did. I'm really apologetic." And I'm just like, oh, whatever. I fucking walked away. Okay. 5 months fucking later, they start shooting me fucking emails apologizing. Well, kinda apologizing. And this is where I got pissed. And I want you all to be pissed too. This is what they had the balls to do. They tried to tell me they made me do it. They tried to fucking say they made me do it. The uppers wanted me to say all that. I had to think about my career. Really? Really? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's not a fucking apology. Not once did they say that they were sorry that they spread the rumor. Not once were they sorry for reporting back every little fucking thing that I said. Not once. One of the fucking accusations was I sexually harassed every single person with a vagina that was at the station. I didn't. I didn't. The only thing that they had, and I'm free to fucking admit this, I was talking with the head of HR, somebody that I thought was my friend, and I was drunk. Okay. It was a Saturday night. We were all on that one show where we all got together and we were all drinking. Okay, at the end of the fucking broadcast, I was drunk. And I flat out messaged them saying I was drunk. But I was drunk and that I had no filter. And I apologized, but asked if I could speak freely without judgment. It's actually in text. I got it saved. If I could speak without judgment. And they said, sure. And I said, I know that you're monogamous, but right now, I'd nail the daylights out of you. They said, yeah, but I am monogamous. I'm like, I know. But with as drunk as I am right now, even one of the station runners I'd fuck. Now, here's what's fucked up about that. That's what they used as sexual harassment for the station runner. Not them, the station runner. That was the extent of the interaction I had with them in any regard. Talk about a fucking stretch. Okay? So I'm getting apology emails from the spy. Okay. But it wasn't an apology for what they did. Nope. Nope. The only thing they said was is they made me do it. No, I want an apology from you. I want you to say, I'm sorry that I violated your trust. I'm sorry that I purposely fabricated our friendship because I wanted a career. I'm sorry that I fucked up so bad by violating your trust in me and being a shitty friend. Never came out of their fucking lips. And mind you, they were told that the apologies they were giving me were loaded with shit and zero fucking accountability for their fucking actions. Not the actions of someone else, them. Because last I fucking checked, they were over the age of goddamn 18. No amount of fucking anxiety and social fucking norms can excuse somebody for betrayal. You made a conscious fucking decision. You deserve to be put under the goddamn prison. Sorry. And mind you, then the person that actually fired me contacted me. And they gave me an actual fucking apology. I gotta love that. Okay, yeah, you gave me an apology. I don't trust you as far as I can fucking throw you, but you gave me an actual apology. For that, I value. For that, there may be a friendship that's salvageable. But then the station runner, one of them, came at me out of nowhere with a half-assed apology. They didn't take any accountability for what they did. They said I was in an abusive relationship with the other event runner. He told me what to say and I said it. Really? No. No, you were not. You were fully capable of saying it was bullshit. Fully capable. You could have said no. I will not do this to somebody. Because you know what? It's one thing to say, oh, they were just a shitty person. They weren't doing anything right. That's one thing. And you know what? That I might have forgave. But they threw accusations out there that could have gotten me fired from my actual job. They threatened my fucking livelihood. They threatened my reputation. They did everything in their fucking power to try and give me a reason to jump off for good. That I don't forgive. And if you think for one fucking second that saying, I'm sorry, they made me do it, no, no. I'm sorry. I got no fucking sympathy for you. None. Because you nearly brought me to suicide. All because you guys wanted your fucking numbers to go good and thought that I would expose all the bullshit. When I got fired, I was quiet about it. I didn't take to the fucking social media platforms and say they're pieces of shit. I went quietly. Because you know what? Me, I'm a very non confrontational person. Those of you that actually know me know I'll never come at anybody because I'd have zero reason to. You wanted me gone, I was gone. But you didn't want me just gone. You wanted me destroyed. That pissed me off. And if you think for 1 second that sympathy was going to be coming any of your ways, oh no. Oh no. I wasn't going to fucking pull punches on that shit. Now, I haven't mentioned anybody's name except for the fucking spy. And those of you that are listening and fairly smart, you all know who I'm talking about and who I've referenced. So I don't need to throw names out there. But if any one of you watching this want the receipts, you let me know. I will gladly give you every single text message, communique, email, you name it, that shows their bullshit from the get go. Because unlike a lot of y'all, I don't delete anything. I screenshot and save every single fucking text conversation, save every single attachment. I don't delete emails because I have memory issues. So I need consistent reference. Unless something legitimately emotionally impacts me to the point where I have to associate memory to it, it goes in one ear and out the other. But with all this, oh, it's very firm in my fucking memory and I ain't forgetting. You pissed off the wrong asshole from Jersey. And they didn't realize it. So, I'm doing the one thing I know that I can do. I'm going to leave it open to you guys to decide what you'd want to do. Because right now, the spy and the one that says they were in an abusive relationship with the other station runner, they're trying to form their own little thing. Some of you may be following them right now. Some of you may be fucking watching them on the regular if they even have the gall and discipline to create something on the regular. And you know what? Maybe after this eye-opening briefing, you might decide you may not want to support them. Especially since they tried to get me to off myself by making me out as someone dangerous to anyone that's innocent. If anything, I do what I can to protect the innocent. They who fucking touted being Satanists, which I have no problem with. As a matter of fact, I follow many of the tenets of Satanism, and one of the big ones is never harm the innocent and protect them at all costs. You know what? I've always done that. Anyone that stands in the way of your happiness, you're well within your right to destroy. Guess what? You just stood in the way of my happiness and my prosperity. So I'm well within my fucking right to destroy all of them. But I'd much rather You guys do it because they deprived you of me. And I may not be that big of a prize, but unlike all of them, I view all of you a hell of a lot more than just a fucking number and potential consumer. Always have. So, that being said, it's one of the things that I used to do on my show called Mr. Rogers Time. This is where I let my hair down and I talk with you guys one on one. I'm leaving the floor open for conversation and communication. So, I want to know how all of y'all are doing and if you have any questions. Because I'm happy as hell to answer them. It says there's 3 people viewing this. And I know Nix is in here. I want to know who the other 2 are. If you've got any questions at all, ask them now. I'm going to have me my cigarette and I'm going to wait for the questions to come in. So let's see what you got. Try and shock me. Because right now, I'm not held back by anything. The only thing I don't care to talk about is politics and religion. Well, you want to know what, Sarah? I'm happy as fuck to be back on the air because they tried to take me off. Do you have any questions about the whole situation as to why I was gone? Hmm? I don't want to grab my book of matches, but I'm getting tempted to because this lighter's individual flint is like on its last legs. That's pissing me off. There it is. Go ahead. Ask me anything, guys. You got me here. I'm seeing that there's 4 people. At one point, there were 7. I'm really fucking curious who the 7 were. Because I know the spy is part of the page. They're not part of the staff or anything. They just like the page. So I'd put money on it that they've been watching this. I'm hoping that, you know what? I'm glad that I was clear. You know, at one fucking point, while I was at the convention, someone came up to me and took a photo with me. Okay? Near the end of the convention. Afterwards, one of the convention runners, not one of the convention runners, but one of the runners for the station actually went up to them and said, "Hey, you know what he did? I hope you should know." So they were trying to spread this shit amongst the attendees too. Tell me how fucked up that is. And I realized that that attendee knew me for a while too. You see, I'm not that big of a person, but there are certain circles that I am a very big part of. And I keep in touch with every single person I interact with. You know, there's one fan that I know for a fact the moment that he sees that I'm back, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't wait, you were all back." And it's Jay Thorell. I know that he's around. You know, there are a lot of people amongst the old killing wall that I know for a fucking fact are still around and they've been waiting for me to come back. So I can't wait for all of you to. But I'm back and I cannot wait to make this more of a regular thing because now I can. Go ahead, hit me with another anybody. Just a question out of the fucking blue. I'm happy as hell to answer it because you know what, me? I never leave a question unanswered. The only two things I won't talk about are religion and politics. That's it. Those are legitimately the only two things. I'm happy as fuck to spill the tea. Because you know what? They say that drama, this is a drama free. No, no, no. Drama is everywhere. There's no such thing as a drama free zone. It's a part of fucking life. And I refuse to put my head in the sand over it. It's here. And this is the place to fucking let it out. I got messages coming in. Hopefully none are bad. As a matter of fact, not only will you, I've got a couple of panels scheduled for it too. So you will see me at the Catskills Halloween thing. You will see me at the Halloween Oddities Expo. I will be there for that. Absolutely, I will be there for that. Better believe it, I am. I'm going to be doing two or three individual shows for that. So I'm excited for it. Well, great. I mean, if you were there for the last event that was up there with that company, for those of you who don't know, Jeff Mack Events. Okay. If you were there for the last one, I was there for that. And that's the kick. Go ahead, guys. Ask me anything. You caught the end of one of my shows. Well, there you go. But yeah, those conventions are my home conventions. I will always be there for them. Because I have a lot of friends with them. And unlike many others, they didn't believe the bullshit. Because in their eyes, everybody that gets accused of something deserves a fair shake, an actual fair investigation, and not immediately accused of being guilty just because I have a cock between my thighs and I like putting it in a vagina. That does not make me instantly guilty. But for a lot of groups out there, that does. How about you, Nix? Any questions about all of it? Or Chris Allen? I saw you in there, curious as to whether or not I was talking about who I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really curious if I know you. I have to take a closer look at your profile picture. But yeah, in case you guys haven't noticed, this is going to be a regular thing. And I look forward to it being a regular thing. If I don't get a question in the next 30 seconds, yeah, I know. I know. But if I can compare any kind of situation to this was a character assassination that failed because they did it half-assed. And they tried to do it with no ammunition. And people wonder why I'm passionate about this shit. It's because this crap is not new to me. I've seen behaviors like this before. And you know what? I put them on their asses back then too. I just wish I knew what exactly made me such an easy target. No. No, I don't wonder that. That's a lie. I don't wonder that. I know why. Okay, there's 5 people watching. Who's the 5th? Sound off if you're in here. Because right now there's only 2 people that are typing. I'm wondering if the other 3 are the people that fucking tried to pull this shit. Hmm? You guys in here? I'd call you out by name, but that'd be giving you some form of credit. Because you guys failed. I'm still here. Too bad. So sad. Definitely signed not your dad. And your daddies can't save you. You guys fucked up. I'm still here. Sipping my coffee. And by the way, slander and libel can only count if what's been accused can't be proven. I've got the receipts to prove it. Oops. Just in case you were wondering. You can't hit me with slander because I've got all the text messages, emails, and communique. That'd be caught in an immediate discovery phase of any kind of investigation for a court case. You want to try and dispute me? Subpoena my ass. I'll be happy to fucking give testimony. And I've got more than my fair share of fucking people that will offer testimony to counter in a heartbeat. Try me. You'll lose. I know plenty of lawyers that would jump all over this. Can't come after me because I ain't never done shit. I've never done anything that would ever put anybody in fucking harm's way. Ever. It's funny. The viewer count keeps on jumping between 3 and 5. And I put money on as to who the other 2 are. Because there's 2 people in here that are actually active in the chat. And there are 2 that are not. I'd really love to know who the other 2 are. Is it you, spy? Hmm? Maybe it's the person that gave me a legitimate apology. Is it you? I'm curious. Maybe it's the 2 event runners. Not event runners, the 2 station runners. Maybe you guys are wondering. Hmm? You guys tried to spread the word about some bullshit, and you failed. I'm sorry that you think that just an apology was going to assuage my rage. Remember this, folks. Just saying you're sorry doesn't mean you're forgiven. It just means that, guess what? You showed some semblance of remorse. But I'd put money down not a single fucking one of you are remorseful for what you tried to do. Welcome to my world. Enjoy the pain. All you have a very wonderful evening. This is your rank commander saying good night. I hope you have the next day be one that you deserve. Until the next briefing, you'll all be notified. Rank commander out.